What is going on, everyone? Okay, first things first, gotta balance that audio to make sure this isn't too hot. Hopefully that's okay. What's going on, everyone? I'm Sam Lazarus, Creative Director for Rokoko. Welcome to another Rokoko Office Hours. So this is normally a time when we're here live. You know, we play around, we answer workflow questions about Rokoko mocap hardware or software. We go down weird creative tangents, and then usually we make some free motion capture, which we give out for everyone to use and do something creative. So it's actually been a little bit, chat, Alberto, good to see you, Vanya in the chat. Sasha, what's going on? But yeah, it's been a little while since we've hopped in the suit. We've been working with Rokoko Video, which is the free AI mocap tool that we released recently. But now, which is kind of a more intro level tool, which has been really fun. We're gonna keep playing with Rokoko Video, but it is gonna be fun to jump back in the suit, jump back in the gloves, make some free mocap, give out some free mocap. That's what we like doing. So we're also at the end of the stream. What's up, Nilesh? Nice to see you. Vanya's ready. Yes, and then Tayo S in the chat. Love to see those submissions. Yeah, we just wrapped up our Love at First Move animation challenge. We have the judging video with Peter France, Jonathan Winbush, and Landis Fields, head of virtual production for Mandalorian and stuff. We put up the judging session on YouTube. Super fun. You get to see all the submissions that were, put in for the contest, and some really incredible stuff. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to do that judging session, and I think it turned out. It's fun to watch, hopefully. But yeah, okay, so let's get into it. So we are going to be making free mocap, then we are going to jump into Unreal and play around with some Metahuman live streaming, just because we're trying to stress test it a little bit. So we're gonna play around with that. But you know, that's pretty much it. I think we should get into it. So the way that I have been doing, I mean, we haven't made free mocap in a little while, but the way that I started to kind of set it up that we would do every week is that I wanted to make a scene. So each office hours session will make a little self-contained mocap scene between 8 to 10 assets. So if people have ideas for what they want to do today, please put it in the chat. Again, you can find all the mocap that we've made so far in the description down below. There's a link to everything, including free project files and stuff. But if I don't get any good ideas, okay, show us how to create a free mocap, a robot doing a vertical jump. So actually, if you go and look at the office hours from the last couple weeks, Deca Jump, we've been playing with the free mocap a ton, which is we have a free AI motion capture tool, which you just need a webcam to make mocap, Rokoko Video. Check our channel for information about that. I can do jumping in the suit, but I can't show you how to make free jumping mocap with the suit because the suit isn't free, obviously. Hi, Vlad. Okay, so, put ideas for mocap in the chat because otherwise I'm going to do my own thing. And that's probably going to be like an amusement park scene. So like people on a roller coaster, people making popcorn, eating popcorn, people going on rides, people, doing the toss games and stuff. That would be a good one. But please think of ideas if anybody has any. In the meantime, I'm gonna jump in my suit and I'm just gonna make myself a little bit larger here. A little bit larger. So normally I wear this is our, Rokoko Smartsuit Pro 2, our mocap suit, our flagship product. Usually, today I'm just wearing pants and a t-shirt. Usually I wear just shorts, but you don't have to. I'm gonna put it on over my clothes. It just might bunch a little bit, but that's okay. And I always like to, I used to do these office hours and I would start in the suit, but I realized that it's kind of fun to see me go through the process of how long does it take from not having the suit on to making motion capture. Oh yeah. Which is about a minute if I'm not talking through it like I am now. Duck out of sight. So I put my legs on first. Yeah. And I get my arms in. Again, it's a little bit like less elegant because I'm wearing pants, which I really don't normally recommend, right? Project Lazarus. Oh yeah, Alberto had yeah, an amazing. You don't need mocap for a Sam dancing on the moon, Alberto. You already submitted that. Oh, there we go. Suit on. So that's about like a minute, usually. Probably about a minute. Put on my head strap. Then I put on my cool red beanie, baby. My beanie. Need my safety blanket beanie. There we go. Put on my gloves before I plug in my battery. And so again, people might know how our suit works. If you don't, we have a bunch of webinars that we've put out recently that's on our YouTube channel. But the way it works is there's sensors throughout the suit. It all works off of Wi-Fi, so there's no cameras. I don't need this webcam. Don't need any of that. Just need a Wi-Fi router and a generic battery pack, which I have. And then I'm just gonna tuck my wires in. Choo! And then I plug in, baby. So let's actually go and make a scene first. Oof, sorry, there's parents are doing work outside. So we are going to go to our office hours. Oh no, I went into the project. So we also brought our studio software, which is free actually. Software is free. The hardware is not. But we brought it out of beta. So now 02, wait, no. 2302, what is it? The 18th? No. 16th, right? 16. We brought it out of beta recently, which is awesome. So this is our kind of new version of our software. And now I'll plug in. And I've already gone in and, you set up the suit once on your Wi-Fi network and then you just plug it in. And you're good to go. So we'll let it kind of pop in. Got my gloves on, green. Drink my coffee. Hopefully I'm on the right Wi-Fi network on my computer. We'll see in a second if I pop up or not. Look at that. Look at who it is. It's me. It's a me. I think I'm using this actor profile. So this is actually a dev version. You're getting a little preview. Sorry about that noise. Oh my golly. Sorry. Buzzing. But yeah, there we go. We're good to go. So I'm gonna assign, basically you assign your suit to an actor profile which has like your measurements. So for each person it helps the mocap algorithm basically. If we know your height, if we know hand width and stuff like that. Oh no, that's 6.5. Not centimeters. There we go. And now we can drag in our suit. And we can do one calibration pose, and then that's it. Opening a door mocap. Okay, I can do opening a door mocap, but I need scenes. I'm more interested in scenes. Scenes. Yes, back in the suit. Bacon mocap. Yes, lawnmower mocap. I know, I'm sorry. Yeah. Moonwalk. Can't moonwalk very well, and that's one of the things the suit wouldn't do very well. Okay, so I'm interested in, I'm looking at the chat now. I'm interested in mocap doing sporting activities. Okay. Name a sport. Name a sport, Deca Jump. Lawn mowing mocap. We could do lawn work as a scene, but I'm sticking with carnival unless I see something better. Sorry, everyone. And I can do one-offs, especially if people want one-offs. It doesn't have to all relate to the scene. In fact, okay, let's do lawnmower mocap. What are we doing waiting around here? Let's do it. Let's do lawnmower. Okay, here I go. You know, my room, I was going around the chair, so that would have to be a lawn ornament or something. Just mowing my lawn. Looks pretty good. Look at these footlocks, clean out the gate, baby. Rokoko Studio, looking good. This looks great. A bar scene. Okay, a bar scene is good. The thing I don't love about a bar scene is that it depends so much on digital contact with objects. Although, it doesn't have to. I could do a bar scene. Bar scene's not bad. Body weight squats. Okay, I'll elaborate on scene. So by scene, I just mean like a series of animations. I don't want to do just kind of one-off animations. I'm not going to do 20 push-ups. I'll do leanings. Ugh. Live cam recorder mocap or mocap suit. This is mocap suit. Oh no, I just screwed up my suit too. I unplugged by accident. Gotta tuck that battery, baby. Okay, sorry about the loudness. Okay, well, we're gonna do a bar scene then. We're gonna do a bar scene because that's pretty good and I like it. So we'll do that. We'll do a bar scene. Alberto, you win. You win. Okay, so to do a bar scene, let's start with random patron, you know, standing there. We'll do a couple people idling, and then we'll do a bartender. We'll do pool and throw out other bar-related things, and we'll do those too. I'm gonna turn off my background blur, as painful as it is, because I love me a little background blur, but I want to make sure that I can see myself here. Okay. Okay, let's do a bar scene. We're doing bar scene. Sorry. Let me, I do need, okay, here's my cup. Here's my glass. There we go. We're gonna do a calibration pose. And again, for people who are just joining us, we're making free mocap. So we're gonna give this all out for free. And then we're gonna play in Unreal Engine, excuse me, burp, a little bit later in the stream. Okay. Calibration pose. I do a lot of calibration poses. I probably don't have to, but I just don't see the downside in doing it. It takes 3 seconds, and it means the mocap will be slightly better for the next couple minutes. So okay, this is one. Oh, urinal. That's really good too. Urinal. Yeah, drunk person. Okay, we'll do 2 idols. We'll do drunk person and less drunk person. So we'll start with like regular bar patron. We'll go for about 20 seconds in animation, maybe. No, or 15. Okay, here we go. Nope. Hold on. Clip 2. So this is actually, I'm actually in a, you can see down here, it says development. I'm in a dev version of Rokoko Studio because I've been testing it out. So I'm going to, it's a little bit buggy, but that's good kind of because we need to stress test it. So I'm just gonna reopen that up. Sometimes you need to reopen it up. This is why we test things before we send them out into the public, so we can find these problems first. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna start with idols, bar patron idols, and then we're gonna move to James. What's going on? Oh man, Nick Shaheen. Oh, that was who said urinal. What's going on, Nick? Your submission was awesome. Everyone's submissions were so good, but that one was really cool. Particle disintegration guy, I believe. Okay, here we go. And then if this is still being weird, we'll just move over to regular Rokoko Studio. But I like, this one has been working well for me, so I'd like to keep using it. But it doesn't seem to be picking up, my head sensor. And without a head sensor, that's going to be difficult. Hold on, let me, I'm gonna kill it one more time. You know, these problems always come up when you're live streaming. Okay, let's open this up one more time. And then if this doesn't work, we'll move over, because this is boring. Watching troubleshooting sometimes is interesting. This doesn't seem particularly interesting. Sorry, everyone. We'll get back to it in a second. Okay, and if this doesn't work, we'll move. Okay, we're green and blue. We should be good. Okay, here we go. Let's make some mocap. Let's stop fucking around. Make some mocap. Bar patron, just drinking, being chill. Here we go. I love the recording countdown. Okay, boom. Bar patron, done. It's a little bit long, but that's okay. I like how we're adding these fun facts in too now. It's fun. Okay, let's keep going. Bar patron who is more drunk. Drunk bar patron. Okay, fun photo. We'll do that in a second. Now we're doing drunk guy. Some good stuff in there, maybe, hopefully. Oh, James, it's so clean. It's so sodden clean, baby. Bad words are fun to say. Okay, now we're watching a game, and we're cheering, and we're watching the game with with people. Okay. Watching the, you know, it's. Okay, bar patron cheering, watching the game. Let's play it back. Let's play it back. Let's play it back. So foot drift, as long as the keyframes, you can see down here, yeah, James, that would be a great idea. It's actually not the first time I've heard that idea. But as long as, if we toggle foot locks, and I'm going to be, now we're about to do bar patron sitting down, so you'll see. But as long as these foot locks are registering as on the ground, you won't have foot slippage, which is great. Okay, let's do seated bar patron now. Chill. I'm a chill, relaxed bar patron who's seated too. You know? 'Cause that's just kind of the person that I am. Just chill when I'm having my drinks. Okay, so I'm actually doing a calibration pose this way because I just want to be facing, this will be forward, and I'm sitting down at the table right here. So you can see this is pointing at you. I want the recording just to be forward for ease. And I love that you can put in, so now if you go up to studio settings, you have this recording countdown, which is so nice, which means the countdown gives you a little countdown for the recording. Okay, so maybe not the most usable idle ever, but pretty good. How does suit handle crossing the arms and stuff that typically breaks rigs? So, look at this hip. Is that gonna get fixed in a second when it stops processing changes? It is. Look at that. Look at that guy. Look how casual he is. What is that guy thinking about? This is like in a bar on the beach. So yeah, and let me do another calibration pose, and you'll see, and this, I love it when people ask me questions about stuff like this, the limitations of the suit, because it's so important to understand the limitations of your tool so that you can get the best, you can use it in the way that makes the most sense. So if I try to cross my arms, I mean, that's okay. I mean, but you can see clearly, like, there's clipping problems, there's gonna be problems. If I clap, that's a better example. They are not together. It's inertial motion capture. That's just a problem of it. It's just is because this is an approximation. So if I were to go in and maybe if I were to change the measurements of this model, it could be more accurate on stuff like that. But honestly, the thing is, like, Sasha, tune into our webinars. We do, or if anyone who makes Rokoko video mocap during the month of February, one clip gets entered into a raffle. We do raffles and discounts and stuff all the time. We do giveaways. We have our Made with Rokoko monthly contest is back on. So every month now, if you post something that's made with Rokoko in the hashtag Made with Rokoko, you automatically get entered in to win some cool prizes. We usually do like 3 prizes a month. And now that you have Rokoko video, which is free, you just need to use a Rokoko tool or asset. You can also use free mocap from the Motion Library, which is Rokoko's motion capture marketplace, which is, if you download our free, this application, this program, Rokoko Studio, it also has the Motion Library in it, which has a ton of free assets, like a bunch of assets to buy, but then a lot of assets that aren't on Mixamo. And, can I click in? Oh, it's like, yeah, a dev version, so it doesn't work. And then look, I can go back to my scene. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with this, but it's inertial motion capture. So there's gonna be problems. You're gonna have to fix things. There's always gonna be editing. It's just the way that it is. Okay, so what else should we do? And look at this. Okay, so this, interesting. This dev program is giving me lots of issues because my legs just died. So bizarre. Maybe don't use dev programs on stream, but it's okay. Let's get back to making mocap and not get distracted so that we can jump into Unreal, because I want to do that too. Okay, well, while I'm dancing, should we just do patrons, you know, idle on the dance floor drinking? Yeah, probably. Okay, let's do that. Let's do it. Let's do more. And then we're going to do a bartender. We're going to do pool. Should we do a bouncer? Talking about crossed arms. That would be a good one. A bouncer. Oh, urinating. Maybe passed out drunk. Oh, maybe playing like a pinball game or something like that. With the captures, can they be brought into Unreal and Maya and retargeted? Of course, James. That's what we're going to do in a second. We'll do at least one little retarget before we jump into Unreal and do live streaming. So, okay, I want to try and do the rest of these. Okay, dancing guy, dancing idol. Same thing with this head. You see this head not moving? Problem. Clip 6. Delete your garbage. Your garbage, clip 6. Clip 6. Unplug. Restart. Redo the whole deal. Frustrating. Again, thank you everyone for bearing with me. Because I do want to use this version because I think we're getting better overall mocap with it, although it's clearly a little bit buggy. The plugin name. So the plugin, I don't know what you're talking about, Nilesh. The Rokoko plugin is the name of all of our plugins, essentially. For Unreal, it's the Rokoko Live plugin, I think, on the marketplace. How long wires will take to ship? I'm not sure, Hair Apparent. Good to see you. But that might be a support at Rokoko.com question or a Discord question. Okay, plug in. Let's keep making mocap, and then let's retarget it. Oh no! And then let's get into Unreal and have some fun in Unreal and stress test that guy. Okay, doing good. Just waiting for my suit to pop up. What is the deal? So frustrating. What is this? Close. Okay, open. Let's do it again. Because I just want to, maybe we'll move. Maybe we'll move over to another one. This will be the last time. I won't do this again if this doesn't work. We'll just move over to standard beta. Okay. Projects. Let's jump into it. Alexandro, yes. I mean, I think we're with you. We would love to do that. The problem is even a helmet isn't very good for iPhone facial mocap. The iPhone's just too heavy. And it's so, I mean, I don't know why. Yeah, you'd think that there would, if it wasn't us, somebody would have made an iPhone helmet mount that like is less than $1,200, but apparently you can't because you cannot find an iPhone helmet mount for that amount of money. Okay, standard beta. Let's go back. This should be work. Yeah, the body base is really tough because you need to be able to move your neck around. So that's why I think a bicycle helmet is the best way to do it. A jury-rigged bicycle helmet, you know? But yeah, I would love for us to make one, but I think we're more excited about figuring out a solution for Android. And if we can do that, Android is so much easier to plug external cameras into. that we can have a really lightweight camera system on something that's like 3D printed. 230216 office hours. So that I think is where we're putting more of our efforts. And hopefully we'll get there. Oh, match. Thank you. I'm learning. That's a good idea. I'll try doing that. That's interesting. I'll pass that along. Maybe this is in every version. Well, I'm back, so I don't know. I wish I was in the other version. Okay, but we're gonna do this. Okie dokie. So what else are we doing? We still need to do bartender. Looking good. We still need to do bartender, and we did drunk dancing guy, and yeah. The Unreal. This isn't even Unreal, Xenon. This is our program. We're gonna get into Unreal in a second. Okay, I'm gonna do bartender. See, I don't like. The fingers in our live version for me are a little bit wonky because I have weird hands. Okay, bartender. Drink. Kind of bartender idly type stuff. You know, there we go. Pretty lady love interest at the bar. Let's do pool player and like what else is we'll do a bouncer. What else can we do? Let's do the pool player, although I don't know, that's going to be rough to kind of ape, but I'm going to try. Okay, here's a pool player. See how that looks. It's always better to use props when you're working with items in a scene. I'm so excited for this update to go out with the new version because I think it's better. How did this look? Pretty good. Pretty good. A little weird hip. Pretty good. And what else? Bouncer. Let's do a bouncer, and then I think we're gonna call it. We're gonna move into Unreal, because I think that will be fun too. We could do some retargeting though, which would be good just to go over how that process works. Let's get some of these animations on a character and see what they look like. But yeah, let's do a bouncer, and then we'll kind of call it. So here, okay, do a bouncer. Bouncers don't usually stand with their hands behind their back, I think. But angry man talking on the phone. How Rokoko video would handle this? You know, maybe it would handle it okay. With Rokoko video, you always just gotta kind of do it and see. This is primo bouncer acting. Look at that. This is, when I don't have my beard, this is how every person in the world treats me. It's like, what is a 10-year-old doing unaccompanied in the supermarket? Where is your parents? Where are your parents, sir? Okay, so that, angry man talking on the phone. Okay, that could be the last one. Like, guy in the corner on an angry phone call. Let's do that. No, 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 no. I don't care about that. I'm telling you, fuck you. I don't care. I'm telling you, do that. I don't know. Looks good. Okay. Let's jump into, let's actually export out some of this stuff. And again, we're going to put all these mocap takes, we're going to give them all out for free. It's going to be, you know, we always put them in the description and the link below. We put the link in the description below. Excuse me. Okay, let's export out. Let's just do a quick little retarget. Just to show you that process, and then we'll get into Unreal and play around with a metahuman and do some face capture, and then we'll call it right there. Look at my battery pack making me look a little chubster. Okay, here we go. So this is the drunk. This is the really drunk guy, which I think looks pretty good. This looks really good. Let's get this onto, how would I get this onto a character? Let's do it. Let's do it really quickly, right? What would I do? Okay, let's do it first. Rename it. We're gonna call this bar scene. Drunk idol. Boom. We're gonna add it to the export list. We're gonna export an FBX. We don't need the body mesh. We're gonna do a Mixamo export. I'm gonna set, get out of here. I'm gonna set the rest pose to T-pose, and then we're gonna export it at 30 FPS as a binary FBX export. Boom. Open up Maya. Let's see how quickly I can do this. I mean, normally, again, when in my normal workflow, when I'm not explaining things, I can really go from not being in the suit at all. It takes a minute to put the suit on, literally, even when I'm not like trying to hurry. You know, it takes 90 seconds. Open up the program. Let's say 5 minutes later. Let's say if I'm trying to get something done quickly, it's like 3 minutes and I'm live, and then make my mocap, export it, and you'll see how quickly I can get this onto a character. So now I've been exported. Opening up Maya, I pre-prep all my characters in their own separate Maya project files. You don't have to use Maya, but Maya is the best, in my personal opinion, for retargeting, for kind of unexplainable reasons. No one's ever been able to tell me why Maya is so good at what it is good at, which is animation stuff, but it is. So I just got this cute little robot. Looks cool. Let's import our motion capture. It is called bar scene drunk idol. Import. Here's our mocap down here, right? It's a different size, but it really doesn't matter, particularly in Maya, if they're different sizes. I could re-import that mocap and like do it correctly, but it doesn't matter, so I'm not going to, and I can be messy. So I'm gonna select all of my mocap skeleton. I just need to, in Maya, you need to do this quick thing. You need to just kind of make sure they're not in the same namespace. So I just change the namespace. But then I create a character definition. Because it's a Mixamo skeleton, there's a preset, makes it really easy. Couple clicks later, bada boom, bada bing. Look at what we got. We got a robot who's kind of drunk. Oh, I'm a drunk robot. Oh, I'm a drunk robot. Hey, what up? Yo, what up? I mean, like, so much of motion capture in the end actually ends up... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, buddy. Don't fall over. Oh. And actually, we didn't even go through and clean up our mocap, which is normally, like, you can see this little stutter step right here. We could make this a little bit better, probably. Actually, it looks accurate, so maybe not. This did a really good capture, but you can always go in and clean up your foot contacts and make sure they actually match the reality of the scene. Like right here, see this flicker? There's one little sliver here where it's saying, okay, the foot is on the ground, and then it's off the ground, and then it's on the ground. That's a mistake. My foot just goes onto the ground, right? There's no like half second of contact and then, no, it just, so anytime you see like little, like this error right here, no, there's a little empty bit. I don't even know if, yeah, so actually this doesn't even, the foot doesn't even come off the ground this entire time. The first time the right foot comes off the ground is here. There we go. Makes the mocap a little bit better. So normally you go through and you do that process before you get to here. But in this case, you know, this just looked really good, so we didn't need to. 855. There we go. And normally my workflow, because I do everything in Cinema 4D, is that I would export it from here and bring it into Cinema. But what we can also do in Maya that's fucking amazing, excuse my language, but it's so incredible, is I didn't have a control rig on this character, but in Maya you can automatically you can automatically generate and bake a character if you're using this IK retargeting system, which we have tutorials for all of this on our YouTube channel, and it's very simple to do. It's actually incredibly easy. But if we want to go in and edit, now Maya for us has generated an IK control rig that we can edit. So let's find a point that we need to edit, for example. Look at this. Like, we're doing like a AAA, you know, normally I wouldn't even give a shit about this, but let's say we're making something that needs to be nice and we can't have clipping. Look at this. He's supposed to slap his leg. Look, those fingers are terrible. They go all the way through the leg. How do we fix that? We select this wrist controller. We add an animation layer. Again, we have tutorials for all of this. And add a keyframe. Knee slapper right here. Let's say that. Look, there's a little extra clipping right here. Want to fix that maybe? And then we can put it back to where it normally is, right there. And again, I have this whole workflow put out in tutorials very clearly on our YouTube channel. And this is my favorite mocap retargeting cleanup workflow. It's just so easy. It's so clean. Look at that, like fixed problem. We could do so many other fixes here. Oh, look at this. You know, this looks a little bit incorrect. I mean, it looks pretty good, but it could be better. You can see that if the cup is in the hand and he's drinking right there, that's no good, right? So add a keyframe. By the time he gets here, no. Maybe his hand should be in front of his mouth. Keyframe. Reset. Perfect, fixed. So that is the retargeting workflow. Really easy to do, really clean, and yeah, look at this guy. I love, this is actually pretty funny. Maybe this will be the render that we get from this office hours. So maybe I'll save it. Ooh, save it. Who'd have thunk? Projects. Drunk robot. Okay. So that was fun, but let's get in to some Unreal stuff now instead. So I've got to, how do I switch teams? So I can't do it on here. Okay, so we do have to go into the standard version of the public version of our software. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna play with a metahuman really quick. Let's do it. We're actually gonna rig it all up from scratch because I haven't done it yet. So we'll do that, and this is really just to see how it's working these days. You know, Unreal's had new things happen. We've had new things happen. So we're just trying to stress test it. Yes, and you can add Adalea, sorry if I'm butchering your name, in Maya. Adding multiple animation layers can get messy. I actually love to I do an animation layer per control rig null because I like to have them all isolated. It just makes it easier to deal with the keyframes for me. But that's the beauty about CG. There's always a million different ways to do things. And so that's what I try to make very clear, is that I'm always showing a method of doing something, particularly when we're about to get into Unreal, where I really kind of still have so much to learn. This is a method, not the method, which I would argue does not exist in CG. There is no one right way to do things. I mean, man, it's like how many, every big AAA movie does things that are jury rigged too, and there's no standard way of doing things. It's just whatever works. So I don't know where I'm going with that, just rambling, but yeah. Yes, my way is not the only way to do it. It's just a way to do it. So let's go through and do it. So I want to make myself a little bit smaller. Here we go. And I've got this metahuman, which I made using mesh to metahuman. And I popped in a sculpt of Matthew Smith that I got online, a ZBrush sculpt. And metahuman popped out a pretty damn good digital double of Matt Smith. Looks exactly like him as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that's like amazing to me. That's one of the best ones I've ever gotten. He's wearing dress shoes and his underwear. Sorry. But, it looks good. So, how do we get some live motion capture onto this guy? Well, let's go through and do the workflow, because or I'm just going to do it live, and I'll just kind of talk through what I'm doing. So first thing we're going to do is actually we need to enable the Rokoko plugin before we do anything. So I'm going to go to Edit Plugins, Rokoko Plugins. Got to restart it. The plugin is on the marketplace. It's free. You can actually test out this entire workflow we're about to do. Nilesh, the best place to go is Discord, and I'm not as active on there as I should be. But if you have a question, you can type it in the chat right now. That's why we're here. Okay, we got Rokoko plugin. Boom. So the first thing we need to do is go find the body. Oh, Matt Smith is from Game of Thrones and a million other things. He was Doctor Who. He was in The Crown. He's an amazing actor, British guy, I think. And yeah, but he's in the new Game of Thrones. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is go and work on the body blueprint for our metahuman. This is for live streaming. If we were going to retarget onto this metahuman, we would use the IK retargeting system. In Unreal 5, we have a tutorial on that. We're playing with live streaming, so we're not going to do that. So normally, the way that you would go find the body blueprint for this metahuman is, we opened up the main metahuman. We go into the metahuman folder. He's just named new metahuman identity. I should have renamed him. Open up the main metahuman blueprint. And if you go to body and double click on the skeletal mesh asset, You'd think this would be right. With mesh to metahuman, it's not. This is a weird thing, and again, this is in tutorials that we've put out, but this is going towards, you can see it's male, tall, normal body. For mesh to metahuman, you have to go and affect the female, basically the standard metahuman skeleton or skeletal mesh, which is actually a female skeletal mesh. So it's a weird workaround you have to do for mesh to metahuman. We have tutorials for all this on YouTube. I can't say that enough. So I know I'm talking a lot, but we're going to go to common. We're going to go to female. Even though this is a male character, we're going to go to medium, normal weight, body. And this is where we need to build our blueprint. You can actually see when we click in, you can see this is the female mesh, and this is the, you can see that there's something weird with mesh to metahuman they haven't fixed yet. So they need to fix this problem that they have. Anyway, when we open up this, it opens up in the event graph. We need to go to the anim graph, and then we're gonna go down here and we're gonna do some magic, baby. We're gonna pull this guy out. We're gonna search for a Rokoko node. We want the Rokoko body pose node. We're gonna wire it in here. Then we're gonna create a couple variables. I'm gonna create two. The first one I'm gonna call, hey, Rokoko actor name. And the second one I'm gonna call, if it lets me, rename. Rokoko body map. Boom. The Rokoko actor name we're gonna make into a name variable. And the Rokoko body map, we're gonna type in Rokoko body map data class reference. Boom. We're gonna drag, I say boom a lot. We're gonna drag both of them in here and wire them in to the appropriate sections. We do get on both when we drag them in. Compile and save. We're not gonna change the Rokoko actor name. We're gonna do that later. What we are gonna do, however, is I've got this bone maps folder here. So this is this is actually in the description below, the link to this folder. You can find it in the, where we have all of our free project files and everything. This has a couple bone maps and like control rig pose assets that basically are gonna make our job a lot easier. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put this folder in my Unreal project folder. So Damon Targ content. If I drop it in here, bone maps, you can see it dropped it into our project. We're gonna go back to our blueprint. And now, it wouldn't have been there before, but now that we put that folder in, under control rig class, we can assign Rokoko metahuman T-pose. And now look, when I compile, ooh, it's in a T-pose now, which is what we need it to be in. So we need that to be in a T-pose. And then we also need to load in the Rokoko metahuman bone map. Hit apply, compile, save. So now we're almost done, actually. That's almost all of it. Excuse me. We have two more things that we need to do quickly. We're gonna go to the main guy, the main blueprint here. We're gonna select face. We're gonna go open up the face skeletal mesh. We're gonna go open up the blueprint of that face. And we're gonna fix something that is actually on all metahumans. And between live link pose and AR kit, we're gonna add a curve, modify curve node. And we're gonna right click, add curve pin, mouth, and we're gonna search for mouth shrug lower. And basically metahumans have this weird thing where their lower lip hangs open a little bit. So you can see here when I, to fix that, we're basically making it so that all the time its lip is raised a little bit. So that fixes that. And then the last thing that we need to do is back here on our main graph, under event begin play, we need to make a few modifications here. We need to drag in that body. Then we need to type in get anim instance. Then we need to go to cast to female medium. Plug in that guy. Set Rokoko actor name. And I'm speeding through this just because I actually want to just hop in. Excuse me, coffee. I'm coughing. We're adding our name of our actor profile in Rokoko Studio is Sam, and we'll compile and save. And so that's it. So I just went through that. That was a lot, but oh no, did I not save? Oh no, right, okay, so I add this guy, and then I need to make sure he's using the right blueprint. So body, torso, legs, and feet. I need to animation mode, make it use animation blueprint, and then go find the blueprint that we did. And now he's in a T-pose, right? So now he's ready to go. So now all we need to do is add in a Rokoko receiver to the scene. Open up Rokoko Studio. Open up one of our scenes. Excuse me. God, I'm so sorry. That coughing must be gross. And I'm just going to turn on one of these scenes. Hey. I'm just going to play one of these. And what we can do... Okay, so this is interesting. This is what we need to be. This is what we needed to be testing. So this is the pool. Super laggy. But if we go to live stream and we turn on Unreal, activate the port. Oh God. Activate it. So now we're live streaming. So now if we go, we open up, if we make sure this port number matches Rokoko Studio. And again, I'm not going through all of this because we have it all in tutorials and I just want to show it in action. But if we just go, which I don't know if is how good it's going to be. Body, delete the player start. So it should be working. Yeah, but it also seems really laggy. Which obviously is not going to fly. So I'm going to close this down. I think this is actually a problem that we kind of need to hunt down. But in the meantime, I'm actually going to open up Rokoko Studio Legacy. And just so we can quickly show this, I'm going to turn on my iPhone, and we are going to do a little face motion capture. Sign in. Booyah. Open up my iPhone. Make sure I'm on the same Wi-Fi network. Test. We'll just open this guy up. I'm gonna plug in my suit. And we will have a little Daemon Targaryen working here in no time. Yeah, video is lagging, so I think this will be better. Connect. Accept. Just gonna put my iPhone right there. Looky, looky. Need to make a new actor profile. 67 inches tall. Drag these guys on. Do a little calibration pose. Woo woo! Looking good. And now we just need to go and turn on our live streaming. Booyah. And now it should be working fine. Yeah, so this is working much better. But we need to add a little face mocap here. ARKit subject. Wow. Hey. Hold on. So now what's going on here? Use ARKit face. Yeah, there we go. Whoa, there we go. Looking good. So look at the texture streaming is like really bad. We can kind of fix that. We go into the console and we type in r.streaming texture. Wait, what is it? r.texture. No. r.streaming. What is that? Hold on. r.streaming pool size. Texture streaming. Yeah, what is that command again? Texture streaming pool. r.streaming.pool size. r.streaming.pool size. There we go. Make it 4096. And now it's forcing those textures to be better. And it looks like I'm still having this weird head sensor thing problem, but there we go, you know? Daemon Targaryen looking pretty good. Woo! Hey, what's going on? Oh yeah. Okay, you know what? I want to see if I can fix this though, too. I don't know why this is happening. Okay, let's try this one more time. And I think we're gonna call it. This is pretty good. We're gonna get some free mocap up. I'm gonna export it all out. Uh-oh. Excuse me. And, you know, so good to get free mocap going again. Okay, hopefully this will work and then we'll just call it here, I think. Oh, Lightroom has been open this whole time. That's probably not been helping. Make myself a little bit bigger. Okay, I don't know why my freaking head is not working. Clearly something wrong, but there we go. Just laggy. So yeah, we're gonna optimize this workflow, I think, a little bit. It's gonna be our next move. Why is it so laggy? Oh, there, it just fixed itself. Hi, I'm Matt Smith. Oh yeah. Dragons. Cool. Well, this was super fun. Hopefully everyone had a good time, and I think we're gonna kind of call it there. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Oh yeah, we're lagging. We're lagging hard. I'm gonna kill this guy. So we will be back next week. Looking at the chat. Everyone. Hey, think you ever do webinar office hours? It shows a workflow for adding parent constraints. For sure, Nerf. Yeah, and it depends on what program you're talking about, because it's very different in all of these in all these different programs. character and animation too. Cool. So I am gonna call it there. Oh my god, yeah, it looks like we're really lagging a lot. But thank you for joining, everyone. We'll see you next week at Thursday and at 11 a.m. PST. And go use Rokoko Video this month. Everyone who submits it and makes even one asset is gonna get entered into a raffle to win some smart gloves. We have our Made with Rokoko, hashtag Made with Rokoko contest starting up again next month in March. Really exciting. So just put anything that you make with Rokoko or using free Rokoko assets from this on Instagram, and you get a chance to win some stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to call it there. Yeah, Alessandro, I think that actually is going to be the solution, is streaming from the same computer. So I'm probably going to do a dual computer setup where I'm just piping the video in from, I'm doing all the streaming on my less intense computer, and then I'm doing all the mocap and Unreal work on the more intense computer, and just use a cam link to kind of go in. But I mean, that though is this shouldn't be as big of a problem. In the past, it's been fine with Metahuman. So I think also maybe, I don't know, I need to do some troubleshooting. Marco Rollins, how long does it take to process the textures, movements, and all that on average? I'm not sure what you mean by process. If you mean render, it can change drastically, depending on the program. The suit now I think is retailing with a bundle is $4,500, I believe, but you should check our website. We just had to change the pricing recently. And yeah, so I'm gonna call it there. Actually, I need to go blow my nose because I just sneezed. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining, and I'll be getting that free mocap up on the G Drive dock later today. Okay, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna sign off. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining, and